John Strother Griffin, born 1816, died 1898, was a military surgeon, founder of East Los Angeles, and a member of the Common Council. Griffin was the first university-trained physician to settle in Southern California. John Strother Griffin was born in Fincastle, Virginia, June 25, 1816, to John Caswell Griffin and Mary Talbot Hancock. His uncle was William Clark of the Lewis and Clark expedition. Both of his parents died, and Griffin was raised by his uncle George Hancock, giving him a classical education in Louisville, Kentucky. Griffin attended the University of Pennsylvania, where he received a medical degree in 1837. In 1840, Griffin was appointed assistant surgeon in the Army and came to California with General Kearny through New Mexico in 1846. Griffin was stationed at San Diego and Los Angeles, in charge of military hospitals. Griffin witnessed the California gold rush firsthand, stationed in San Francisco until 1852 and given duties in a military expedition against Yuma Indians on the Colorado River. The California Historical Society published Griffin's diary in 1944 about his wartime experiences, under the title, "A Doctor Comes to California, The Diary of John S. Griffin." He wrote about hardships endured by General Kearny's force as it crossed trackless deserts and chronicled many battles, including for Los Angeles. Griffin returned to Los Angeles after he left the service. Physicians were scarce, and a man with 17 years' experience as an army surgeon and general practitioner were instantly welcomed. Answering calls, he journeyed all over California to treat American settlers and Spanish patrons. Entrepreneur Bridget Biddy Mason worked for him as a nurse, becoming known for her herbal remedies. She earned $2.50 a day, considered a good wage for African American women at the time. Mason had been declared free, and the judge rendering the decision was Benjamin Hayes, the brother of Griffin's wife. Griffin was called to San Francisco to advise doctors on the treatment of James King of William, who had been shot at close range. Doctors who treated King inserted a sponge into the bullet wound to stop bleeding and debated whether to remove it. After examining King, Griffin advised against the removal, fearing hemorrhage from a severed subclavian artery. King died 2 days later.
Wilson opened that, quote, Dr. Griffin's conspicuous army service in Southern California combined with his sterling personal qualities no doubt contributed to his rapid rise to leadership in civic and business affairs in Los Angeles, and to his acquisition of a large surgical practice within a few years. Although memorial students about his career said that he sought new treatments and was not hesitant to discard old methods, we have no specifics as to the meaning of these generalities, and we have no information about his experience with vascular surgery. In any case, we know that he sided with his timid colleagues and advised against removing the sponge. Assuming that it was not already too late to make a difference, we must conclude that it was Griffin's opinion that sealed the fate of James King of William.
Nevertheless, a coroner's jury returned a verdict of no medical malpractice, stating that King would have died regardless. As reward for work in stemming a smallpox epidemic, the city of Los Angeles awarded Griffin land called Enchanted Hill, where Lincoln High School was built. Griffin is called the father of East Los Angeles and created the first suburb to Los Angeles in Lincoln Heights after purchasing 2,000 acres for $1,000 in 1870. With his nephew, Hancock Johnson, they erected houses on the site and gifted Lincoln Park to the city of Los Angeles. Griffin undertook many business deals with landowner and politician Benjamin Davis Wilson, including railways, oil exploration, real estate, farming, and ranching. In 1963, the duo bought Rancho San Pascual, which encompassed present-day Pasadena, Altadena, South Pasadena, Alhambra, San Marino, and San Gabriel. Historian H.D. Barrows wrote in 1898, quote, "When this city and section were terrorized by an organized banditti which killed Sheriff James R. Barton and party in January 1857, and the city was placed under quasi-martial law, Dr. Griffin, by general consent, was placed at the head of the semi-military defensive organization of all citizens." Griffin died August 23, 1898, at his East Los Angeles home, 1109 Downey, where he lived with his nephew and niece.